Tonight at 10, more arrests are made in Madison by immigration officials. We have those details. And the debate on gun control heats up after a workplace shooting in Middleton. News 3 at 10 starts right now.
This is News 3 at 10.
Good evening and thanks for watching News 3 at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. We start new tonight at 10. A new report says at least 3 more people have been arrested by U.S. immigration officials in Madison since Friday. The Wisconsin Hispanic community organization Voces de la Frontera says 9 people have been arrested so far. At least 1 person has been arrested in Wausau, Green Bay, and Milwaukee. Madison officials continue to say they are surprised by the arrests and that they're being made against city policy. An area lawyer says arrests made by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement this weekend highlight a need for more options when it comes to legal representation. Grant Sovereign, president of the Community Immigration Law Center inside the Christ Presbyterian Church, has been working to help families of those arrested to find lawyers since they are not given public defenders. He says Madison has only 2 lawyers who help immigrants pro bono in situations like these, and they already have their plates full.
We should have a system that we at least know there's someone who's going to represent that person and help them to figure out what happened. Again, that doesn't mean they're not going to get deported or they're not going to go in front of an immigration judge, but just who is going to help them.
He says families are still trying to figure out where those arrested have been taken and what the charges against them may be. All right, let's turn it over to Dave Caulfield with your first alert forecast, and it is officially fall.
Yeah, fall across southern Wisconsin. Amanda is just over an hour old, and it already feels like it outside with temperatures in the 50s and dipping into the 40s tonight. We're at 55 right now in Madison. South-southeast wind at 10 miles per hour. Dew point in the mid-40s. Temperatures across some other spots. We are already in the 40s in the Wisconsin Dells at 49 and in Watertown, 50 in Boscobel, and still at 56 in Viroqua. Believe it or not, for some of us, it's actually quite a bit warmer than we were at this time yesterday. But still, temperatures dipping into the low to mid-40s tonight. That wind dies down and we're off and running a little bit warmer overall as we head into Sunday. Still plenty of sunshine. Highs will be fairly seasonable in the low 70s. Coming up, we'll talk about our next chance of rain and a couple more chances after that, especially as we head into this week in your first alert forecast.
All right. Thank you, Dave. 2 victims from the Middleton workplace shooting are out of the hospital tonight. They've been in the hospital since Wednesday when police say 43-year-old Anthony Tong opened fire at WTS Paradigm in Middleton. 4 people were brought to the hospital. 1 was treated and released the same day. The 4th victim remains in the hospital in fair condition. Tong was shot and killed by police at the scene. Members from the group Moms Demand Action are canvassing across the Madison area in support of gun control today. News 3's Adam Duxter joins us in our newsroom with why the group's opponents are saying stricter gun laws would not have prevented the Middleton shooting. Adam?
Well, Amanda, these canvassers say the workplace shooting in Middleton had them shaken, but their opponents say a law could not have stopped what happened at WTS Paradigm. Amy and Morgan are spending their Saturday going door to door. They're trying to convince their neighbors gun reform is necessary. It's something their group, Moms Demand Action, feels passionately about, especially after the week's events.
When you have incidences like what happened in Middleton, you realize that gun violence can really strike anywhere.
Moms Demand Action member Heather Driscoll says seeing a shooting happen so close to home has forced her to see gun violence in a new way.
The feeling is really chilling, knowing that people I love may be in danger.
She says the event has led to more people coming out to canvass for reform.
I did have people reach out to me and tell me that, with what they had read in the news, they decided it's time for them to take action and to come out and volunteer with us.
But Orrick Gold, Secretary for Wisconsin Carry, says laws aren't the issue when it comes to a workplace shooting.
I don't think there's anything you can put in the law that makes it possible to guarantee that such thing will be avoided. Those happen anywhere around the world.
And that people will find a way to get guns regardless of what the law is.
There's no place in the world, regardless of how strict your gun control laws are, that people can't get guns if they don't want them. And that's just a fact.
Gold also told me that despite the laws, the Middleton shooter still could have purchased still could have purchased a firearm because despite him not having his concealed carry permit in South Dakota, he says that did not stop him. There were over 15 canvassers today, and they say they went over to a couple hundred homes in the Madison area.
All right, thank you so much, Adam. Madison police say 2 men stole money and items from an elderly woman's home while she was sleeping. It happened last night on Schlimgen Avenue near Sherman Middle School around 11:30. The woman told police after falling asleep in the living room, she woke up to see a man standing over her with what appeared to be a 3-foot-long wooden dowel or stick as a second man searched the home for things to steal. The woman was not hurt. Police say someone reported a group of kids playing around with this machete and a gun in the Westtown Mall parking lot. They conducted a high-risk stop last night, and the gun turned out to be a BB gun. A 16-year-old was cited for unlawful use of a fake firearm. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is looking for a potential witness in an abduction case. Officials say a man allegedly abducted a woman and drove westbound on Interstate 94 in a Ford Escape last night. He stopped at a gas station at either Highway 26 or Highway 89 between 10:30 and 11 o'clock. The victim shouted for help to a woman in a car next to her, and that's who police are looking for. The victim is safe and the suspect is in custody. Police have not released any more information. If you know anything, call the Dane County Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen. A Republican state senator is looking to kill or delay new regulations aimed at slowing the spread of chronic wasting disease. The DNR board approved a set of rules last month requiring deer farmers to upgrade fences and ban deer carcass movement out of the CWD affected counties. However, farmers are worried about the cost. State Senator Steve Nass, who leads the legislature's Rules Committee, scheduled a vote to suspend the rule on October 1st when the regulations are supposed to go into place. A proposed housing project could replace a popular West Side restaurant. Babe's Sports Bar on Schrader Road could be downsized or replaced as part of a more than $20 million mixed-use project. It's proposed by Stonehouse Development and would include 96 units of affordable housing and apartments for veterans and those who were formerly homeless. Madison Alder Matt Fair says the city is in need of more affordable housing.
Stonehouse itself have told me that they have a waiting list of 600 families who are looking to get into their units. So that's just one development company.
If the city approves the project, construction could start in about a year and a half. While the proposed building would include a restaurant, it's unclear if that restaurant would still be Babe's. Although it might seem rare, many in our community have suffered brain injuries. A group of survivors met on the Capitol Square today to raise awareness. The Brain Injury Alliance of Wisconsin's Walk for Thought brought together victims and their allies. The organization helps those who have experienced brain injuries come together with support groups and other services. They say it's a hidden affliction that is often overlooked.
People can get brain injuries by a simple fall on the ice, or having an object hit them in the head like a softball or a tree branch. And they tend not to take it seriously until it's too late.
Funds raised from the event will go to support the group's various resources. Area community members also met today to raise awareness and funds for diaper need. The 5K run and walk was organized to bring attention to the cost of diapers and childcare and how some area families don't have the means to provide them for their kids. The Pregnancy Helpline of Madison organized the event, and they hope it can make all the difference.
So what we know is that 1 in 3 families struggle to financially support their family, to buy diapers for their family. And so we are here to help raise money for them in order to offer free diapers to families in Madison and Dane County.
Funds raised from the event will be used to buy diapers for area families. Attendees also donated diapers and other child care items. This morning, the Mallard Stadium was filled with those participating in the Madison Heart Walk and 5K. Heart disease and stroke survivors, along with their family and friends, walked to raise money for research. New this year, a competitive 5K for runners. Doctors at the event say even walking can greatly improve your heart health.
Well, it all starts with exercise and nutrition. Just 20 minutes a day of walking is really a start that'll get you a long way. And then looking at your diet, eating a low-carb diet, more protein, watching your weight, folks can do a whole lot to improve their heart health.
The run was organized by the American Heart Association and the American Stroke Association. They say heart disease and stroke are the two leading causes of death in the world. Monroe Street businesses are celebrating the 41st year of the Monroe Street Festival. Organizers say this year was a little different because of the road work. However, businesses were making do by selling items inside their store, on the sidewalks, or wherever they could set up. The owner of Orange Tree Imports, Carol Orange Schrader, helped start the festival 41 years ago. She says in those years, she's seen Monroe Street transform into a hub for businesses.
We have more locally owned businesses, more specialty shops that draw from a wide zone of customers, not just the neighborhood, which is what the businesses originally served.
Schrader says they lost some businesses due to the road work, but they're looking forward to seeing it all in the coming months. It all come together and seeing businesses, quote, come roaring back. Coming up, the damage from Florence is not done. We take a look at one of the hardest hit areas in South Carolina when we come back. Welcome back. 10 horses, 10 trainers, and 90 days to get them rehabilitated and ready for adoption. Today was the final day of the Midwest Rescue Horse Trainers Challenge. The 10 trainers took on 10 horses that need homes, whether they were seized from unsuitable homes or given up because the owners could no longer take care of them. Then in 90 days, they're auctioned off to good homes at the Jefferson County Fair Park. The Wisconsin Horse Alliance says their main goal is to just rescue as many horses as they can.
Not a lot of people know there are a lot of horses in rescue right now. We hear a lot of cats and dogs and small animals, but there are a lot of rescue horses in need of help.
This is the first year of the event, which attracted a few hundred people. If they aren't adopted, the horses go back to the rescuers they came from, but are still available for adoption. Dangerous floodwaters continue to threaten the Carolinas more than a week after Hurricane Florence made landfall. At least 43 deaths are blamed on the storm. The Waccamaw and Cape Fear rivers are still rising. Manuel Bajorges is in the hard-hit town of Conway, South Carolina.
Hurricane Florence's rain has become a slow-moving but destructive wall of water snaking down the Carolinas, where hundreds are under evacuation orders. The only way to reach some homes in Conway, South Carolina, is by boat. This is what Lee's Landing Road looks like. And there is a massive effort to protect what could become the only way in and out of town.
This is what we call the water side of the dam. So as the water approaches, this polyurethane will help protect all of the material, the earth material that we've put underneath it.
Lieutenant Colonel Bill Matheny with the South Carolina National Guard says 300 soldiers were part of the effort to build 4 miles of temporary dam in just 1 week.
Just over here is what you're worried about.
That's right. So coming in from our north is the Waccamaw River. And what you see here is already in the low-lying areas. We're starting to get the increased water levels from the Waccamaw. And then to our east, we've got the dike that typically separates the Waccamaw River from Lake Busby, and that's already breached, so we're really dealing with one body of water at this point.
Residents are expressing their gratitude, like Jennifer Mullen, who has been part of an effort to provide the soldiers home-cooked meals.
They say thank you. They are so gracious, and I mean, the gratitude's overwhelming from them for everything that has been done for them.
Upstream in North Carolina, the cleanup continues. 69,000 people there have applied for FEMA assistance, as their neighbors in South Carolina, like those who live near the Waccamaw, are anxiously watching the waters rise. People who live here have never seen the Waccamaw River look quite like this. It has now surpassed the record set 2 years ago after Hurricane Matthew, and it's not expected to crest until early next week. Manuel Bajorges, CBS News, Conway, South Carolina.
We know a little bit of how long it can take to recover from that kind of damage.
Flooding is just such a tough thing to get over because with a tornado or anything like that, maybe a severe thunderstorm, it goes away pretty quickly, but flooding sticks around for so long. So hopefully everything really resolves itself sooner rather than later for the Carolinas. For us across southern Wisconsin, we woke up to a very chilly morning. In fact, some morning frost showing up across southern Wisconsin. Jerry sending in these photos of some frost and some more morning frost on some drier leaves and also some other low-lying plants. Low temperatures this morning, we were down in the low 30s for some of us like Black River Falls, in the upper 30s in Madison. So the first, at least on average, the first day of our hard freeze, that being temperatures widespread at 32 degrees, is usually early October. So we still do have a few weeks before we get to that average at least. And temperatures, some other temperatures started off in the 40s, the lucky spots if you're a fan of the warmer temperatures. High temperatures today, not warm by any means. In fact, about 5 to 10 degrees below normal for this time of year. Right now, we're in the mid-50s in Madison, low 50s in Janesville, and upper 40s in Camp Douglas and the Dells. Downtown Madison, the Edgewater Skycam looking at those mostly clear skies, so we'll have temperatures start to tumble through the 50s once again into the upper 40s and then lower 40s by the time we get into tomorrow morning. So about 5 to 10 degrees below normal for this time of year. That 39 this morning actually was not a record low, not even close to it. The record low for today this morning, 25 degrees. I'm glad we weren't near there just yet. Temperatures in the mid 70s on Monday, but then you see those highs start to go on a downward trend. the upper 60s on Tuesday and Wednesday, and barely into the low 60s by the time we get to the start of next weekend, with plenty of chances for rain. So let's take a look at that on Future Track. High pressure is still dominating the weather pattern on Sunday and for much of Monday, but then the unsettled weather that has been hanging out a little bit to our north decides to take a trip a little bit farther to the south. The cold front sets up to our north and west on Monday night and will come through late Monday into early Tuesday. Could bring an isolated thunderstorm, but more likely some showers to southern Wisconsin by Tuesday morning. Tonight, though, 43, mostly clear and cool again, maybe a little bit warmer, but not by much for some of us. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and not as cool, with highs in the low 70s. So a little bit closer to home, we could see dipping into the mid and low 40s overnight. We'll see highs in the upper 60s and low 70s on Sunday, excuse me. Plenty of sunshine. Then as we head into Monday, a little bit warmer because we're going to be right ahead of that cold front. And once that happens, usually we get those temperatures to bump up a little bit. More clouds on the way for Monday, and those showers and storms getting here pretty late on Monday night. Your 7-day forecast showing those showers possible on Tuesday morning. Then Wednesday we're dry. Thursday, some showers and storms could come our way. Friday, we get a dry day, but for Saturday and Sunday, temperatures are pretty chilly with chances for showers and storms. By the time we start October, we're not that far away, folks. We could be looking at temperatures in the upper 50s for highs. So fall is for real, at least as we start it this time.
Summer is gone. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Dave. The Badgers not the only team in action today. We head to the Six Rivers Conference for highlights coming up next in sports.
News 3.
Well, the road to the Big Ten West goes through these two teams, Wisconsin and Iowa. And tonight, the Badgers are aiming to keep the Heartland Trophy in Madison for the 4th time in the last 5 years. But Kinnick Stadium at night, not the easiest place to play. Right now, the Badgers down 17-14 in the 4th quarter. Special teams stepping up for Wisconsin tonight, forcing 2 turnovers. And Alex Hornibrook throwing for 2 touchdowns. One was to Jake Ferguson, first career touchdown for the other grandson of Barry Alvarez. Jonathan Taylor racking up more than 100 yards. He is currently second in the country in terms of the most rushing yards. Other Big Ten action today, Nebraska at 19th ranked Michigan. Huskers will come to Camp Randall in 2 weeks. First quarter here, Wolverines firing. Karan Higdon getting the handoff. Goes down his left side there to on the sideline into the end zone for 44 yards, a 14-0 Michigan. Third quarter now, special teams key for them today too. Caleb Lightbourne punting it away. Donovan Peoples-Jones getting the catch at the 40. Some really great blocking here by Michigan to get through the Nebraska defense. 60-yard return and score. Michigan wins 56-10 to start off 1-0 in the Big Ten. Nebraska starts off 0-3 for the first time since World War II. Other scores around the conference today, Rutgers losing to Buffalo at home, and Purdue upsetting 23rd ranked Boston College. Boilermakers could be a dangerous team this year, and PJ Fleck not really rowing the boat in Maryland, that is for sure. The Terrapins starting the Big Ten off with a 1-0 with a dominant win over the Golden Gophers. And Urban Meyer back with the Buckeyes now. Ohio State still perfect at 4-0 this season. Some high school now. Baby Badger fans getting a little appetizer in the Six Rivers Conference this afternoon. 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Quarterback Colton Schraper finding Gavin Johnson in the end zone. Vikings up 6-0. Fast forward to the 4th quarter. Direct snap to Clay Richard, shoving his way in for a touchdown. 14-0 Pecatonica Argyle. 40 seconds left in the game. Bo Hendrickson, some great awareness and nice hands for the interception here. Peck Argyle shutting out Potosi Castro 14-zip. They are now 5-1 on the season. No rain in Pittsburgh tonight, thankfully, but the Brewers battling the Pirates at PNC Park, a place where they've lost 6 games this year. Scoreless to the bottom of the 3rd. Starling Marte to left field, dropping one down there. That's a 2 RBI double, scoring Trevor Williams and Adam Frazier. 2-0 Pirates. Now, Pittsburgh starter Trevor Williams only allowing 4 hits in his 6 innings of work. Not great for the Brewers. They get shut out 3-0 in the final. Rubber match tomorrow at 12:35. Cubs White Sox in Chicago. Sister Mary Jo of Marian Catholic High School in suburban Chicago Heights throwing out the first pitch for the 2nd time this season. No shortage of tricks there either. Former Milwaukee Bucks player Jabari Parker was also at the game. Apparently fanboyed a little bit over Sister Mary Jo, getting a picture with her. She's some pretty cool stuff. We'll be right back.
Officially the first night of fall.
Fall is so 2 hours ago at this point, but it's pretty cool outside for sure. It's going to stay that way into the morning, starting off in the mid 40s and low 40s for Sunday, and we'll be in the low 70s with plenty of sunshine on Sunday. After that, Monday late into Tuesday, some showers and storms are possible for southern Wisconsin.
Yeah, and just a quick update for you here. 5:40 left in the game. Badgers driving. Ball is on the Iowa 38.
All right, thanks for joining us. Have a good night.